What range, you guys?
I
Well,
think the 100K, right? Like it makes sense in theory, and we know that. This is
Yeah.
why we speak on this. Like as, and I see this on Fresh and Fit all the time. They say as women make more money, their options get slimmer. As men make more money, their options broaden, right?
Should've just
And
stayed
you want to,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
No,
so
for
should
real,
I,
honestly.
100%.
So the method behind that madness is that as a guy makes more money, he's not like, oh, this girl has to make as much or more than me, right? He's like, this girl looks good. She can provide what I need. She meets my expectations. She's not being a thought, right? As a woman makes more money, he's like, she's like, this dude's a bum if he's not making six figures like me. I'm getting this money. He needs to be as good or better than me. He's the head of household, and that's why I was like, touching on her point for so long.
Listen to me, because I know if y'all want a man to be in love with y'all, you have to cheat on him.
Yeah, so this Uncle T. Once again, Uncle T ain't mad at the game. I agree with her. Yeah, if you want a man to be in love with you, cheat on him. And then you do what Uncle T did. You time her ass out. What do I mean? You take all her good years from her ass. And then dump her. Been there, done that shit. We gonna always win the game. Y'all not built for this shit. So let's play. And just like her, I may or may not be joking.
Wonderbread women over you. And when I say Wonderbread, I'm just talking about girls who are a bit more plain, a bit more basic.
Unpopular opinion, this is incel behavior. I already know someone's going to accuse me of misrepresenting your words, but in your own words, you said Wonderbread women are cheaper, more malleable, and less maintenance. Meaning, of course, that your divine French croissant is too expensive for him, too independent for him, and too high maintenance for him. If the only way you can function is to rationalize rejection as you inherently being better than both him and the woman he's actually into, you're insane. When an incel gets rejected, he tells himself that women are manipulative bitches who won't give nice guys like him a chance because they're too busy chasing after asshole jocks who have no future and will treat them wrong. And that's obviously wrong. But by this logic in the video, a woman who gets rejected should tell herself that he's too cheap, manipulative, and lazy, and too busy chasing a woman of a caliber lower than hers. Unpopular opinion. If you want to change things about yourself to be more appealing to a certain individual, that's okay. If you don't want to do that, that's also okay. But what you can't do is put down someone else because you're butthurt that you got rejected.
You need to know that women will never, ever, okay, respect a man or want to continue talking to a man or even be attracted to a man who is always there. Okay, if you're always there and if you're always present, you're going to lose all of the respect. That's just how things happen.
Say this to girls, you give me all these requirements for what you want from a man. You don't realize how rare that man actually is. And when you find that man, he's going to want certain things from you. Like whenever I've dated girls now, it's like I just tell them how I want it to be from day one. I used to be quite like beat around the bush about boundaries, but now if you post an inappropriate shit on social media, if you're hanging around other guys, you can do it, but I'm not going to stick around with those sort of girls. I've dated them before and it just brings up so many issues down the line. I'm not having to tell you and keep in check constantly, like you just know.
There are a lot of guys that are too quick to commit because they're desperate for a relationship. But don't be so quick to commit because your commitment is the only leverage you really have. I'd rather be a little lonely working on my goals than to be spending my time and money on a person that prioritizes posting bikini pictures over our relationship. And women are gonna say, you're being controlling. I'm not being controlling. You can do whatever you want to do. Just know we're not gonna be in a relationship.
I had that one relationship I was telling you about, and I was looking for a reason to break up with her. I was at home, it was like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I was at home playing Xbox with the homies, and all of a sudden I get a DM from somebody I don't know, some random chick, and she said, yo, your girl is at a bar right now with my boyfriend, where me and my boyfriend are at right now, and they've been talking behind our backs to each other. I messaged the girl back, I go on, tell me more. I had her tell me everything, so I went, okay. I said, I appreciate that. She goes, wow, you're taking this well. I go, it's okay. I said, I'll handle it. Anyway, long story short, she, I told her, I said, hey, I'm gonna go to bed, babe. I said, but, you know, tomorrow we should have a conversation. And I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. She blew that shit up. And finally I answer, I go, what's up? Like, what are you freaking out about? And she goes, well, I hope it's not what some bitch says. Oh. I said, so you do know what it's about. I said, hey, have a good night. I said, I'll talk to you tomorrow. That was it.
Never move in with a woman. Never. You always want to have
and be in the power position as a man. Not power that you can hold over someone, but you, look, let's face it. If you move into a woman's house, if there's an argument, a disagreement, she gets in a mood, she meets another man, she gets in her feelings about something, whatever, you know what she's going to tell you? What all women tell men that move in: get your shit and get out. I'm dealing with multiple clients right now, grown men who are capable of living by themselves, but choose to live with abusive women, disrespectful women, power tripping women. Are the women wrong for that? I'm not going to call them wrong for that. Women are women, and women are going to be who they want to be. And it's really none of our business who they wish to be. It's our business who we are. That's the thing. Who we create and who we decide we're going to be is our business. And so, guys, you can't move in with a woman. Get your own goddamn place. I'm telling you, as a mentor, maybe a big brother, maybe even a father to some of you that maybe in your 20s, I'll be 42. Under no circumstances should you ever move into a woman's place.
As a man, if you catch a girl cheating on you, right? Fucking another dude, texting another dude, talking on the phone with him, right? You never check the pimp, you always check the hoe. A man gonna be a man at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If I don't owe you no loyalty, right? You're not my family or friends, I will fuck your girlfriend. I will fuck your wife. I don't care. Like, that man does not owe you an ounce of loyalty. She does. You have ties together, you know what I'm saying? So before you go kill this dude over pussy, think about it. You're gonna be in jail for life while she in the free row busting it open for the next dude.
Did y'all know that if a married woman gets pregnant by another man, the husband is legally that child's father?
It sounds ridiculous, but in the state of Texas, this is kind of true. There's what's called the presumption of paternity, which means that if you're married and you have a child during that marriage, it is presumed that the father of that child is the husband. There's two ways that you can go about rebutting this, and that means actually proving that someone else is the daddy. One, it can be adjudicated by a court. Or two, there has to be a denial by the presumed father, the husband, and there has to be an acceptance of paternity at the same time by someone else who is actually the father. So, two parts to that: denial by the husband, acceptance of paternity by somebody else.
Would I date an OnlyFans girl? I'm a conservative Muslim. We don't even date, period. If I wanted to marry you today, I would go to your father and I'd approach your father. What's your dad's name?
Dan.
Dan. I'd say, Dan, I've taken interest in your daughter. I think she's a lovely girl, but I wanted to approach you first. This is the respectful manner. I approached your father, Dan. And your father, he would take that responsibility of vetting me out. He would take his due diligences upon me. And then after that, once Dan has gotten to know me and has accustomed himself with me, and me and you have sat down a couple of times, maybe we go for coffee, the family don't always have to be around. After that process, it's very swift and quick. At that moment, you and your father, Dan, will decide. You say to your dad, look, I like him or I don't like him. And then after that, your dad will be like, okay, we're going to make this happen or we don't make this happen. And in this way, I don't mess around with Dan's daughter. Dan's daughter is able to maintain one of her most valuable assets, which is her chastity.
Bro, no matter how good of a man you are, you will never be good enough for an immature woman. Some women cannot appreciate good men, and it's not your job to love them until they do.